Welcome back, my fellow Magic enthusiasts, to playing campaign mode on Magic 2014. We're about to fight the final level of the Zendikar block, as it's called, against the Mul Daya deck. I have no idea what this opponent is like, so let's hope this went better than my sealed things, because I literally never beat Liliana Vess yet. You hear chanting and rattling coming from the heart of the swampy forest. The sound leads you to a shaman sitting before a pool of eerie energy. As you draw near, he laughs hoarsely and stands, his hands glowing with pale green fire. In the campaign mode, apparently, I was searching out this individual. My starting hand this time around looks not very promising, but I'm going to keep it anyway. Here's why it's not promising. The Avacyn's Glory deck really likes having a lot of teeny tiny creatures at first, and this has none of those elements. In fact, I have the support cards necessary, such as Elder Cathar and Mentor of the Meek. Therefore, this deck, which is usually best performed kind of mid-range-ish, has absolutely no early game whatsoever. I'll be missing out on some early game smackdown, so hopefully I'll be okay. Leading out with a rampant growth. Okay, seems like this green deck is, well, performing as green deck should, and starting to ramp up very early. I just drew a signature card that I only unlocked last game, Mikius the Lunarch. Yes, this legendary creature is very good late game when you have a lot of mana and not much else to do with it in this deck, since most of my cards are smaller by comparison. I'm going to lead with Mentor of the Meek, something that actually has abilities later on in the game when I play creatures with power 2 or less. I'll be able to pay an extra mana when they come into play to draw more cards, which, you know, if you consider Magic to be a game of attrition, will allow me to have more cards to work with. Looks like a very interesting card there. Still don't know what this deck's all about. Seems like that's sort of a play a lot of land, get a lot of life, stall out until I get a giant thing that you can't stop kind of play. Alright. I could go with the 2/2, that'll give me 1/1s later. I could just simply destroy his creature with an Oblivion Ring, but I want to save that for something bigger. The play this turn is Elder Cathar, and then we're going to show off Mentor of the Meek's ability right here with paying 1 to draw an additional card, which gets me a Path to Exile, which, again, is a very good card. I'm going to skip the attack here, I think. No, let's think about this. If I attack and he doesn't block, he just takes 2. If he blocks, I lose Mentor of the Meek, and he loses his creature. Which one's better in this case? Well, if I don't draw a land, mine is absurdly better, so I'm going to say skip attack here. Yeah. I don't want to risk losing my Mentor of the Meek at a point when it's pretty much the titular card in this entire play, if I had a play. Even if he attacks right now, I can block with my Elder Cathar, put counters on my Mentor. When he enters the battlefield... Yeah, this guy's all about land ramp, it seems like. That's not a bad strategy. Trust me, some of the more difficult decks to play against are land ramp, because if there's one thing about Magic, the rule is you can only play 1 land a turn, and it's said that green decks that ramp are technically breaking the rules in that way. Alright, I got at least 3 removal spells in my hand, so why don't we make an interesting play and go with the Elgond Inquisitor, because this says when it dies, I get a 1/1 spirit token. And this guy is, whenever another creature comes into play, I don't actually need to play him. Therefore, by dropping the Inquisitor... Or I could just max out Mikius. Then later use him to big effect. No, I'm going to want to build up creatures until then. We're going with the Inquisitor this turn, guys and girls. That's the only thing I can think of right now. He's got a nice death ability and lifelink. Do I attack, though? Yes, I attack with my Elder Cathar, who is actually completely and utterly expendable at this point. He's going to take the damage, probably. I mean, he's already gained 6 over 20. Yep. There's no point in not attacking. It's all about killing your opponent, after all. And I do have a plan on how to do it. He's attacking with him. Here come my options. Do I block and not gain the card advantage from the Inquisitor? You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna block with him. And I'll tell you why. Hopefully trading right now is a good thing. And I'll gain some life points from it. And then I get a 1/1 spirit. I don't get the card, but I'd agree that that's good at this point. Eee, all this dust? Really? Criminy Jim Jim. That's a play that I didn't see coming. Sack all colored permanents you control. Yep, that is a recipe for disaster. Well, with nothing I can play other than Miccius, we are pumping him out. It's the best I can do. He's a fantastic card when you got other creatures. As he is right now, he's my only line of defense, and I'm hoping on getting the Angelic Overseer next turn. The Vastwood Hydra. A very, very dangerous card. But never fear, friends. I have a plan for even that, and with 2 Oblivion Rings, we're going with that Hydra's getting pulled under. Zoom! That guy's gone completely, forever and again. Alright, so, Miccius, you're a 3/3. Do I put more counters on you, or do I attack? I think I'm gonna put a counter on him. I'm playing against green here. I need a big play. And Miccius, although you're, you know, a source of damage right now, I think I'm gonna want to add you up a lot until I can really at least distribute his counters among some future creatures. The Oracle of Mul Daya. Again, something freaking terrible, which allows him to Can I just instantly pump something out here? Yeah, I think I can't I? Yeah, I'm going to directly zap the Oracle, I believe. Which one is it? How do I tell which one it is? Oh, he hasn't played that one yet. I get it, it's still being played. I'm just going to remove the Oracle, because the amount of ridiculousness this is going to create is just like, oh, I can play so many more lands on my turn. Well, guess what's going to happen then? Well, I don't know. How about... There's still nothing you can do. Angelic Overseer is completely indestructible. I don't mind shoving this into play. You know what? Attack Miccius. There's no point in not. If he blocks, I'm winning. If he doesn't, we're even. I know I said I should pump him up, but that's really the good question, is when to pump and when to not. I hope it doesn't come down that he should have had 5 toughness later on. It's green, though. Green has no direct damage spells. It's got something that kills flyers, but my dude, as you can notice, as long as Miccius isn't plays indestructible, that's an Ulamog's Crusher. Oh boy, I won drafts with that guy. 8/8, that makes me lose permanents every time that sucker attacks. Again, Oblivion Ring or Path to Exile is really the question here. You cost 6 mana. I have only 6 mana. So either way, there's nothing I can do. Right? No. Which is worse? Path to Exile. How many lands does he have? I'm going with Oblivion Ringing the Ulamog's Crusher, because here's my bet. I'm playing against the last stage in Zendikar, therefore he's waiting for some big Eldrazi play. I mean, Oblivion Ring would stop, like, Emrakul, but I doubt that's in his deck, hopefully. So, using Path to Exile would up his mana ramp even more, and he's clearly got something, something massive planned. By massive, I mean, I'm expecting maybe an 11/11 Annihilator 3, the Pathraiser Ulamog, to come out. Maybe. Oh, I have to continue, because no, I don't want to Path to Exile. This is my backup plan. This is my backup plan for when, I don't know, Artisan of Kozilek hits the field. Yeah, okay, I'll take 2 damage, whatever. That's no big deal. That's his big play. Now I get it. This deck here is all about mana ramping and, Artisan of Kozilek. This is not good. He just got the second worst thing I could have thought of. Actually, that's pretty bad. Why did you take Farhaven Elf? For goodness sakes, you could have brought back anything. You didn't take Ulamog's Crusher, you took Farhaven Elf? Okay, I do Fiend Hunter. Leaves the battlefield, return it. Yeah, okay, Fiend Hunter is now my backup plan against, I guess, perhaps even Kozilek, the Butcher of Truth. Not drawing any lands now. Yeah, gonna have to Path to Exile, choosing the Artisan of Kozilek. I know I said don't give him more land drops. You know, it's just giving him more life, but I just can't accept the fact that if I leave that sucker in play, I'm dead. Dead in 2 hits. I mean, all things considered, I could probably take 1 solid hit from the Artisan. Lose a land, but then I'm like down. I'm just permanently down. I can't accept such horrible things. Fiend Hunter is now my new backup plan. Having more and more removal is good at this point. He's reached 12. The biggest Eldrazi is like 15. Other than that, it's like 14-ish, so, you know. He didn't play anything this turn. Does that worry anyone else in the audience right now? 1 card in his hand. A single card. And there it is, the Pathrazor of Ulamog. 9/9, Annihilator 3. If you don't know what Annihilator is, again, whenever they attack, I sack that mini permanence. So, yeah, we're going with Fiend Hunter. He has no cards in his hand. Yep, we're going Fiend Hunter. Choosing the Pathrazor. I know, it's very nice. He's got non-colored cards. If he plays another All Is Dust, I'm totally screwed. He gets back everything I've already removed. Pretty much, with the Oblivion Rings, and then, well, at this point, you know, speaking of War of Attrition, we're attacking with both these dudes. And did I mention that All Is Dust, if he has a second one, will go through my hexproof indestructible dude? But if he doesn't have anything, I can possibly just kill him with that because it has flying. I have no idea what he's got, if anything. It looks like nothing. I think I managed to just pull out a win out of nowhere, which is fantastic. We'll go with Requiem Angel because I've actually never played this card in this deck before. You know, he does have 7 life, though. But having another flyer will at least kill him next turn, if anything. Yeah, actually I can't just... No, I can't activate Mikius now. So we'll attack with him, and he can't kill the Fiend Hunter, but if he could, I'd be dead. We're gonna poke him with that anyway. He's got no cards in his hands. Usually I'd be wary of, like, a giant growth. I mean, what green deck has no pump spells like that, right? And it really all comes down to this final turn. He's got 1 life. What is he gonna draw? A land. Oh, my friends, that's it. We stopped some fairly big monsters. We had some fairly big laughs and fun, etc. Let's just straight up kill him with Mikius. Why don't we? No, let's activate his other ability. To make all our other dudes bigger. Like we could have done all along. Attack with everybody that can and see how much damage that actually is. Why not? Oh, this was actually a very good match. Kabam! So, did I actually earn anything for completing this? Another step closer to finding Ramaz. We've unlocked the new place, Chandalar. Where's that in the Magic universe? That's a very good question, actually. Is it in Dominia?
Ramaz described a strange race on the plain of Chandalar. He studied their hive-like habitat and said they had only recently discovered how to use magic. I have no idea what they might know about Ramaz, but a clue is a clue. See what you can dig up.
Okay, it sounds like we'll be fighting some slivers next time, guys. Thanks for joining me on Magic 2014, when we do really nice stuff. See you next time.